What's up, Charlie?
What's up, Big Russ?
Man, we go way back, and I appreciate
back.
you
Yes,
coming on
man.
the show.
I appreciate you asking me, to do this, man. Not too many people come at me, and I appreciate it, brother. Real talk.
Man, if they knew how hard you put it down for the thing that they love, they would ask you more, man. They should, because you was putting it down.
Yeah, it was a lot of hard work, man. You was there, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know.
You know what it took to make that thing. We all worked hard, Everybody had their roles, and we played our role, and it wasn't that many people involved in it. In relations to a movie we was getting ready to do on the Screw, and how many people claimed they had a part of the success, in the success of Screw. And I'm like, well, I was the manager, and I did a little hiring, and I know Russ did a lot of hiring. He was the money man. We know who was actually around, who put their hands on their money, and it wasn't that many people.
It wasn't that many people, but later years it became a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people. Everybody had something to say.
Yeah, telling me stuff. I'd be like, man, I just don't remember seeing you. But
yeah.
Okay, if you say so, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm just keep it moving. But I didn't see you.
Yeah, man.
This is that's just the way it is, man. They're gonna be saying the same stuff when we gone.
Right.
It'd be like, if it wouldn't have been for me, it was this, it was that, and I've always told my kids, I just be like, don't sign nothing. If I ain't signed it yet, don't sign nothing.
Right.
It's gonna be somebody coming.
Yeah.
You never know who it's gonna be, or people gonna show up out the woodwork.
Right.
And I think that's just something we have to do. The crazy thing is, man, when I be thinking about it, I just had this thought the other day. I think it was yesterday. For some reason, I was just thinking back to the TSU days, and I remember when I saw you, and you was with some, nice little sexy chocolate, and I remember you was always cool. I was like, man, me and Charles know each other a long time, see each other up in the
game room. We used to always shoot pool against each other.
Yeah, man. And
and I used to whoop you, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. I don't know about that, but, hey, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. We had an even stick.
Yeah, man, I used to love pool. I think I shot more pool in TSU than I went to class.
Yeah.
But
I shot so much pool that they kicked my ass out.
But you always can go back, because that's one thing, even for a minute when I was thinking about going, they was with open arms. If you can pay the fee, you can come.
Right. I'm sure it's a lot different now, though.
It's more expensive. I can tell you that. There's nothing like when we went, but
and then they added a bowling ring in there. Last time I was in the little student center.
Yeah, they had it, but it was raggedy when we was there. So I don't know if they upgraded it or whatever. But I never really did bowl there. But I mean, I'm very thankful to even went to TSU.
Yeah.
That was a man,
Right,
you got a lot of people in this area in Texas, they went to PV. But I'm a Tiger.
Right.
If I went back, I'd probably still be a Tiger.
Yes, sir.
But man, it's like, even though with the Screw, that hard work and and not really going the way we thought it should have went at the end, but it's still a blessing to have been there.
To be a part of, because it's history.
Yeah, it's history.
We changed history.
Exactly.
But it all started with you having a vision of taking it from the streets and trying to make it into commercial success, And I was told by someone that Screw would have made it anyway. I'm like, well, you don't know. But one thing I do know is that because Russ had the vision, then that's why he's where he's at today.
Yeah.
That you can't dispute.
Yeah. What I always tell all those little voices that say what something was, and I've been told the same thing, as well as being told I was there before you even thought about it. I was there when he made the original Gray Tape. And I always say one thing: you was right there and saw that and didn't think about it, because you got to remember, was there, to your knowledge, was there another Screwed album? before we did the All Screwed
No,
Up?
there was not. No.
I think he did a song, but nobody did an album.
No, nobody. You know, mixtapes. You know, with them coming in and flowing on the tapes. That was, you know, but you know, no, nothing like what happened when he did the deal with Bigtyme Records. You know,
Yeah.
with the All Screwed Up Part 1 and Part 2, and then we went into the 3 in the Morning. You know, those were two groundbreaking, earth-shattering albums. You know, that has impacted the music scene worldwide, not just locally and not just nationally, but it's actually impacted it worldwide. You know, and that's a big thing, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that history, I was looking at the mirror right before we put it in storage when I closed down the office, and I was looking at that picture of you and him standing together and you shooting a finger, and I was like, yeah, man, we was having fun at some of those moments, man.
Them were the best days of my life. Pre-97, from 85 to like 96 were the best years of my life.
Yeah.
You know, fun, you know, just energetic. We were full of energy, full of ideas, and we used to go get it.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm asking you another question. I think I've asked you this before. Do anybody got that video, that commercial we shot for Screw?
No, I don't. I don't have it.
It ain't up on YouTube. It's like,
no.
It's almost like we didn't do it. And all I remember is the part they told us to take out with the girl in the trunk.
Do you remember what channels we ran it on?
We ran it on some cable channels. I remember the cable buys when you pick a time frame.
Well,
you
I
want to
remember
show.
the media. I don't remember her name, but I remember talking to the media buyer who got us the commercials. And then who shot the videos? Who shot them? Do you remember that?
It was a brother, man. Kind of wore glasses. I don't remember. I think he not only shot. If I'm correct, I think it's the same dude who shot Blank commercial. I think I shot 2 commercials with him.
Right.
Cause I've been looking and looking, man. I cannot find that commercial.
I thought about that commercial a while back. I don't know how we can run across it, but I know if we could.
I still have a lot of those master commercial tapes. I had Blanks, I had PSKs, I had the Gulf Coast one. Didn't have that one. I do not have that one. That's why I was like, maybe Charles got it, but you know.
But who knows, man? My brother, he's like a gatekeeper, and you never know what he may have. You know, he don't even know what he has sometimes. You know,
sometimes you don't. If you just got them tapes and they laying around, you be sticking in, you be hoping for a diamond, man.
Right.
But I remember the little scene where they was like, yeah, no, they don't want to run it because the girl in the trunk on the speaker.
I don't even remember the commercial.
I think that was your idea.
More likely it was my idea, but I just don't even remember how we even formatted the commercial.
Yeah, but I know he was walking I think he was walking in the park. It was a car. I don't remember much about the commercial, but I remembered, I know we had one.
Right, we had one.
We just didn't get to, we don't have it now to give it a laugh, but man, we had many days on the road. I used to like the road, man.
Wow, the road was fun. Yeah.
Until it was time to sleep, or you'd be sleeping in the van, piled up a little bit, 1 or 2 extra bodies, you'd be like, oh man, this ain't working.
See, and that's the part that nobody can talk about because it wasn't there. They don't know what it really took to promote that project and to promote Screw. You know, and I know it wasn't there because, you know, we just know who was there, who wasn't.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a few people in the office are grinding and trying to go, and you and Eddie about to throw blows every day or so.
No, me and Eddie were cool.
Y'all was cool, but y'all would have y'all moments.
Yeah, we have our
Eddie
moments.
It was something about Eddie. He would always, Eddie pick and joke, but it was his way.
until he showed his true colors that night at Strawberries.
Yeah. That was sad, man. I always looked at Eddie like a brother, but you know what's funny? You always said it. I think you said it before. It was you like, Russ, I keep telling you something ain't right. And even that night you said, I've been telling you, Russ.
Yeah.
And it was more came out on that, but I won't speak bad of the dad. But you know Eddie.
Right.
We know.
But he was a good. He was a hustler.
Yeah.
He had a good gift for gab.
Definitely.
And I know he had a tremendous part in the success of Screw too.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Eddie could talk. He was a people person, but he just had. Sometimes some people just they feel they got to cut off the top, and you can't cut off the top. What cut off the top if something gonna keep coming?
Right.
You take your part. It's still gonna be better than what you cut off that one time hit. Is not better than what you could be making in the longevity of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, since you're supposed to be asking me the question, but let me ask you this, as an executive, how do you feel about today's music industry and these youth, this drill music, and it seems like it's like you die trying to get rich, but these kids are getting rich to die.
Yeah. Man, I'm not into, I can tell you this, I'm not into today's music, and that's evident if you ever ride with me. I listen to talk radio.
Right.
The sports channel.
Yeah.
I turn the box on every blue moon.
Yeah. Joe Madison, what's her name? I can't think of him right off, but Joe Madison was one of my favorites. I can't think of the rest of them right off, but I love talk radio too. And as far as music, it is 102, my old school R&B.
Yeah. Well, that's right up our alley. If you go to 102, they're gonna play something that's gonna be near and dear to our heart, man. It was funny because I don't know if you heard about what T-Pain said. He said Pac lyrically could not have made it with today's artists, would have destroyed him.
Yeah, I think I did see some. What? You know better than that, man. What artist can match up to today's artists? Can match up to?
How do we know what they're saying? I've never heard a story told by today's artists where I'm following it like that. You got so many songs, they related in it, you felt it, and to me that's a good song when it's timeless. When you can play, when Pac was dead years and you could get somebody to remix it and put a different track and it's still relevant.
Right.
They show you what he was talking about.
Right,
These people, these songs not timeless. And I don't know how many people gonna be sampling that.
I'm in love with the Coco.
Yep.
I'm
gonna give you some drugs. We gonna smash.
Percocet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Who makes? Could you imagine the artists back in that day doing that type of, those type of lyrics?
Who was gonna play it? And nobody was gonna play it. And people weren't gonna be interested because that's not where we was at. It's a different time, and it's different.
It's a different era now. So I have to recognize that too. Because I'm quite sure the generation before us was like, listen to what we doing. Who gonna listen to that shit? You know what I'm saying?
But,
right.
People was like, it's always gonna be a different generation where they like, I'm not into this. That's that new age stuff. I like my old school, my stuff. But it's an interesting time, man. And I don't know. Do you think this is what we're gonna stay?
No.
Something
else is gonna come up. I don't know what it is. But no. I just hope that they get off the violence.
Man, because so many of them dying young.
Yeah.
As soon as they making it, they dying.
They listen to that industry to tell them that there's money in murder. You know what I'm saying? And then you add in a sprinkle of social media.
Yeah.
Instead of them using social media as social media, they use it as antisocial. You see what I'm saying? Even people outside of the industry fighting and posting and just going at each other. If you spend that time researching on how to put some money in your pockets, you won't have time for that arguing and bickering and shooting at each other, you know.
Man, killing people, shooting them up in
killing
the
innocent
drive-thrus. It's crazy, man. I done seen at least, I don't know how many rappers dead, you know.
That just didn't happen in our day and time. We celebrated when one came up, and we helped the other one come up. You know, we called it piggybacking.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the industry is called, piggyback. They don't piggyback no more. It's every man for himself, and when he do get it, he got to watch his back. You know what I'm saying?
For what though? And we still don't, as a community, don't own these streets. We don't own these neighborhoods. We just
nothing.
We ain't getting a piece of real estate that's ours. Barely. Some of us maybe. But man, all this killing people. You killing somebody who might just help somebody else. But you know, they gotta change. Maybe we're gonna go back to the X Clan and the Boogie Down Productions and
we need to. We need to. They need to step up and show them what it's really like, how it really goes. You know, I mean, it's just mind-boggling that you want to perpetuate that energy. You know, and now you got to watch your back and then you're filming all this. You know, and then once you get popped in the head, that's it.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
people dying, and just you gotta, and somebody always got it on film, and it's just sad though.
An imaginary war against the wrong enemy. You know, that's what I call it, an imaginary war against the wrong enemy. You let these folks brainwash you into believing that your brother is your enemy.
That's true.
You know, and so now when you murk your brother, then it's their business to go and lock you up. So they get a twofer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get a twofer. One is going in the grave, and then one or more is going into the jail system.
Yep. And then once you get in that jail system, they definitely try and keep you locked down. Tell you where you can live, where you can go. Lock you up for a bunch of years, then put you on parole. So you still got to go see somebody. You still got to listen. So you just became an indentured servant. You know, so
you become a slave. You become enslaved, and it's constitutionally written that once you become a ward of the state in the jail penal system, you are a slave again.
Yeah.
You know,
nobody want that, man. And young folks better realize.
I can't tell, because they know that once they pull that trigger, it's the man's job to come looking for you, and they trust me, they want to come get you because they need you, and they need them beds filled.
Yep. And they always find them. We ain't seen too many of them talking about I got away. They say I almost got away on the show.
Right. You know, it's just crazy, man. It's just a crazy way of thinking.
Yeah.
You know.
So let me ask you another question.
Go ahead.
What do you think Screw would have developed into if he would have, been able to still be here?
I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. That's my boy. He was a procrastinator. If he'd have moved the way he's supposed to have moved, kept his team together that was making it happen, i.e. you, me, and if he would have moved the way he's supposed to have moved, he'd have been the first Master P. He'd have been before Master P. He'd have been before Birdman. He would have been before them. After Lil J, he would have been the next. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If he'd have had Fat Pat, Hulk,
Mo, everybody, Kiki.
Up under his Kiki, he would have been the next Lil J Prince.
Yeah. All superstars, all sold a lot of records. Still viable names, a lot of them. If they was still, some of them ain't here, but if they was here, still be going.
And who knows, if he would have moved the way he's supposed to have moved, maybe they would have been here.
That's true. I always talk about that Kiki when I said, Screw, you got Kiki? He said, yeah, he down with me, I'm down with you. So I got him, and we like, no. So we got some paperwork on him, and he was dragging. And remember, me and you said, well, we gonna do Mo. Remember, you remember we was gonna try and do the EP on Mo, and that was before all the little collapse and stuff. But we would have been right on that too.
Well, you came to me and said, what do you think about giving little Kiki 10 G's?
Yeah.
I said, man, you better get that boy that money. Remember I told you?
Yeah,
you
and
better
I
get that
got it too late. Pat had beat me to it because man, and that's one of the times you'd be like, if I would have just been thinking right, and when Screw said that, I should have been like, I hear you, bro, but this the way it worked. It should have been overruled and just been had him got that money in his hand right before he left the studio. And but you know, hey, what can you do, man? You live and learn.
Yeah.
But you can't step on people's toes. But sometimes by not stepping on their toes, you kind of lose. And it would have been a sure great thing. We could have did the 3 in the morning and backdoored with that "Don't Mess with Texas" or whatever he would have called it.
Right, whatever he would have called it.
It would have went. It wouldn't on work. Would have had to been done. It would have went.
Right, because we was still plugged into the radio stations. As long as it was hot, it was gonna get played. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, the trajectory of our lives would be so different.
Yeah.
Everybody involved, if he'd have kept his team together.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like whenever success comes, them demons come out of the woodwork.
Yes, they do.
You know, and they will derail that train. And that's what happened, you know. Them devils come in whispering in ears and, you know, let me show you this, and, you know, and if you're weak-minded, you'll fall for anything. And that's, you know, basically what happened in that situation between me and Screw. You know, we come up dreaming about when we was going to make it, what we were going to do, how we, you know, what we were going to do. And then an opportunity presented itself, and wow, you know, it was something totally different, and it was mind-blowing to me and baffling and painful.
I can understand why.
You know,
because you put that much blood, sweat, and tears into something, you'd be like, then, you know, now it's finally, you know, it's coming the way we dreamed it would come, and then it's messed up.
Yeah.
Because of, for what? Because some other birds chirping that weren't even in the neighborhood, they wasn't even around. Now some success, everybody around.
Yeah.
Everybody got a different opinion. I would do this, I would do that. You just got to remember who was there when nobody wanted to do it.
Right.
And you just, that's all you have to do, and you eliminate all that.
Yeah. Right.
But people just ain't gonna learn, man. So what you been working on now, man? What you got?
I'm a longshoreman, brother. Out of Local 24. You know, I enjoy what I do. You know what I'm saying? I was working with my daughter. I got a daughter. She was messing around in the music business, and her name is Fetty Nee. And you know, she was making a little noise, but then she kind of got bored with it. You know, $50,000 later, you know, but it's all good. She's getting ready to come into the longshore industry with me. But that's what I do, man. I longshore, you know, and I'm a successful longshoreman, you know, and I enjoy what I do. You know, I invest my money into non-entertainment, you know, entities where I ain't got to deal with folks, you know, and that's it, man. I live a simple life, a simple, quiet life. I go to work and I come home. I'm not in them streets anymore, you know. Can't put my name in no drama because you got to see me and you ain't seeing me because I'm at home. I'm in the house, you know. And I'm happy with that, you know. It's boring, but it's safe. You know, because
boring and safe, you live a lot longer.
Because, you know, we've been in them streets, and there's so many situations where I should not even be here talking to you, you know. But I lived through it by the grace of God, and I had to get wiser and make better choices in life, you know. So this longshoring presented itself. I've been doing it for 15 years, and you know, I'm a retire and die doing it.
No, okay.
You know, even if I was to make me a few $1 million, I'm in a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about it. It's a brother and sisterhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the ILA Local 24, Longshore, Missouri. I try to get youngsters into it, you know.
Yeah. Try to get my son in it.
Yeah, I tried to get your son in it. Actually, he got him in it, but he just didn't take advantage of it. You know. Hopefully he, you know, has better success in life, but he can always come back because he got his number.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
think
thing.
a lot of people some people not patient. And if you're not patient, you just, sometimes you just miss it. You right there, but you miss it.
You definitely got to have patience in that industry. Like it took us 11 years to make it in the music industry. You know, it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
We went through trial and error to get to where we was at, and you know, some luck was involved. And like I say, when you had the vision to you know, take this thing on another level, then boom, that's, you know, but that was like 11 years before that. You know, we were trying to make it happen, you know. And I ended up in the club scene, and that's where I was at when Screw was like, man, we got this deal to look at with Big Russ at Bigtyme Records. I said, okay, let's go do this meeting. And the rest is history.
Yeah. Okay. Me too. I was in the laundry.
All right, we're back in running in 1, 2,
3. Yeah. So, man. So the daughter. So you thinking that she's gonna get back in a little bit?
I don't know what she's gonna do.
No. Okay.
She's so secretive, quiet. Yeah, I think she looked like she's trying to live the domestic life.
What?
You know.
Hey, that's a full-time job too.
Yeah, she wants to get back in the industry. That's, you know, she's showing more interest in that than she is the music business, because even she got a bunch of haters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For no reason, they hating on her, and she, you know what I'm saying, had little success, and they was hating on her. You know. And I guess she's looking at all the drama that comes with that, and probably realize that, you know, it ain't all that it's cracked up to be. You know, I can only imagine what those stars like the Megan Thee Stallions and the Lizzos are experiencing, if based on what she's experienced, and that you just don't hear about, you know, because they have publicists that keeps this quiet and that quiet, you know. But
let out what they want you to
let out
hear.
what they want you to hear. All you hear and see is the Emmys and the, you know, the good shit.
Yeah.
But no, man, she's experiencing a lot of hate for no reason.
Sad.
From her own people. You know, we'll tear each other down in a minute.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they call it crabs in a bucket.
Crabs in a bucket.
Pull each other down. We don't want nobody to get out. Instead of lifting the man up and help him get out, and then they could just put a hand down and pull you right out.
Right. But, you know, they just can't grasp that concept. It's every man for himself, you know. And it's just, it's sensitive. That's why I don't deal with people. You know, I try my best to not deal with a certain caliber of people.
Yeah.
I'm around a bunch of people that have the same purpose, the same goal, and that's to go out on them docks and go back home the same way. You know, and you can't get no more simpler than that. You know, so that's the type of people I hang. You know, when I do hang, it's, you know, we got that same mind frame, and we got to help each other. You know. And that's another thing I love
definitely
about
a good brotherhood, because even when my son was out there and he finally, when he was waiting, because he was on the standby, whatever they call it, the rookies, and they had a job come up, he could go, and he didn't even know the lady, and she's like, you can ride with me over there.
Right,
you
right.
And didn't know him from Adam, and just trusted him enough. I'm gonna put you in the car and take you over here. I'll bring you back when we done.
Yeah.
And people was always nice and talking. I've been out there a few mornings waiting on him, hoping, got my fingers crossed.
Right.
But, you know, I really hate that he didn't stay firm.
Yeah, he had to stay. You know what I'm saying? That's an industry where you have to keep coming back. That's our motto. That's what I tell all the youngsters, just keep coming back. Regardless of what you go through, keep coming back, because that's the key to making it in that industry. You have to keep coming back. And those that have kept coming back, they say, man, I ain't never going in them streets again. You know what I'm saying? They pulling off the lot brand new whips.
Oh, yeah.
And they buying houses brand new. You know what I'm saying? These are young cats. You know?
Sometimes you find your way and you be like, yeah, I can do this. People think the streets is all shiny and glamour, but sometimes just doing something legal and real,
Right.
it feels just as good or even
work.
better.
Yeah, you
Plus
gonna
you ain't
work
gotta watch
and
your
you
back
gonna
as
sweat. You're gonna work and you're gonna sweat, but you're gonna appreciate it. You know? And you ain't got to worry about the jackers and the laws.
Yeah.
If they catch you with $3,000-4,000 in your pocket, you got a check stub.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Where you get all this money? I worked.
Yeah, you want to see this officer, and he can appreciate a working man. You
Yes,
know?
you can.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you all the way different.
Right. You are looked at differently. You know, it's been a minute since I've been stopped by the police, because you know I
Keep that stuff legal.
Yeah, I keep everything legal. I ride the speed limit. Stop at all stop signs. I look both ways. You know, that's the life I'm living today. I'm no longer reckless.
That's a good life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make you laugh, because I'm gonna make you remember something when you was reckless.
Yeah, what
You
that?
remember in Bel Air? And you needed you need to be picked up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I come to pick you up, and I got warrants.
I'm like, he's supposed to come be burning me out. What is you coming in there for, Russ?
I
And
come
you
in there.
need to burn tonight.
The
God
officer talking
damn.
about, hey Charles, and you like, yeah, like I'm ready to go. I got some company for you.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, that was-
man, I mean, we
that
had
was a
some
perfect lead into that. That was
I
perfect.
mean, we had some good times, man. Those, but we just couldn't do nothing but laugh. We just laughed.
Oh man, we was laughing while they closed. I forgot who. I think my uncle came or somebody came to get us. It was like,
Yeah,
that was crazy. I couldn't. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Charles. I would not have came up there knowing. I used to have them warrants too, because I was a firm believer. Like, you get a ticket, I ain't going.
Right. That's
I ain't
what-
showed up to court. Then
Yeah.
you be like, then you get stopped. You be like, oh man, you know, you got to make that choice.
Right.
Damn,
Yeah, I
Bel
wasn't
Air
sure.
policeman wasn't gonna let us go.
I don't remember what did I.
It was Bel Air.
Yeah, it was Bel Air, but I'm trying to remember what did I do.
I think you had tickets too.
Did I have tickets? I must have had a warrant. 'Cause I used to go through Bel Air a lot. As a matter of fact, probably promoting Screw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got a ticket or something, you know what I'm saying? And just ignored it. You know, we don't be thinking about, paying or going no court dates. You know, I return myself in and plead no guilty with a lot of my tickets.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they don't like when you do that no more. I think my brother used to do that all the time. He went to turn himself in, they wouldn't even take him.
No, they stopped doing
Well,
that.
like, no, because people was exploiting that. You know? You go and spend a night.
I think they want to. I
to.
think they want to catch you on the street so they can get your car.
Yeah, but yeah, then you know that's high.
Right.
You'd be like, they $50 for the police to send you something. I ain't never got one. My car been towed about 7, 8, 9 times. I ain't never seen that $50 whatever letter or whatever the information is. But yeah, that was a great laugh, man. That was a memory. I think we was laughing for quite a while, and we was laughing. It was one of many laughs, man.
I just knew I was getting out. My boy Russ coming to the rescue. My boy coming to get me.
The voice was, they said Charles, and then the cop, he had good humor too. Charles, the way he called you was like you finna go.
Yeah.
And you like, yeah, here I am. I got you some company. That was funny, man. Yeah, man. We trying to get this channel going, man, and I'm glad you came through, man.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You're a smart man. You're gonna make this thing work. If anybody can do it, you can. And you're Mr. Big Time, brother. You know. And so I wish you much success, brother. Real talk, because if anybody deserve it, you deserve it, because you are a pioneer in this Houston hip hop scene. and you know, people have just ignored you as if you never contributed anything, you know what I'm saying, to this music scene, and they are a lie.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that was my fault too, but from just always being antisocial, never wanting to go nowhere, you know.
Right, and you know what? I'm the same way because don't nobody know. It's very few people know my contributions, you know, because you know we could have been the Suge Knights and the P Diddy's and you know let's put the camera on us some, you know. I am who I am, but we didn't do that. We stayed behind the scene. I used to stay in the streets and used to, you know, work your scene in the office. Remember, I used to say, I'm a field nigga. Y'all house niggas.
Yep.
Yeah, you and Eddie were house niggas. I'm a field nigga. Yeah, right. You know, I used to love to go, you know, hit them streets from here to Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, and that was my thing, hitting them streets through 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, putting up posters. You know, you hear the owls and shit, whoo, you know, and didn't even think about any jackers or, you know, a gang of niggas, because it wasn't like that back in them days.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? It was relatively safe. I could go to any neighborhood. I wasn't accosted by anybody. You know, what you doing over here? None of that. You can't do, you better not do that today.
Yeah, man, I think the problem is they just ain't got nothing else to do. They can't think of nothing positive, so they just want to be out there doing negative.
Right. And then they have the cameras out so they can catch themselves, you know what I'm saying, doing criminal acts. Man. How smart is that?
I don't know, man, but I'm glad it ain't my life. And even as far as the music business, I think this is pretty much as close as I'm trying to be right now.
Right. So you through with it, Russ?
I can't say
you ain't got one more UGK in you?
I don't know. Maybe
one more DJ screw. You may run across another screw.
Man, I never say never because I can't control that urge I get whenever I listen to some of the music or the greatest hits or something, and I be like, I get crunk up, and for about 10 minutes there, I'll be ready to go. I'm making calls, man. Come on. But then the longer I get to marinate on it and the other memories get to come, I just start being like, I don't want to do this, but I want to do something in the music business, but that per se, I don't know.
Right.
I don't think it's that. But who knows? Something gonna come along again that's gonna give you that itch, and you got to decide if you're gonna scratch
I think my itch is, I'm through itching and scratching and all that. You know, I'm just gonna, like I said, I put my money into, like, I got me some cryptocurrencies, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking into starting an e-com business, you know, where it'll run itself once I put in the work. Yeah. I know I'm gonna have to put in work, you know what I'm saying, and may have to deal with a few people, but they're gonna be business-like. And then once I get that thing up and running, my residual is gonna be passive income. You know, that's what I'm into now, you know. Yeah. Right.
That is the thing to be, man. But man, thank you, my brother, for coming
yes, sir.
Get on the show with me, man, and you know, helping us out with our little channel. It's coming along, but we definitely trying to work, and we gonna go. And there's been plenty of people said no. Some of them will shock you, but hey, what can you do?
Well, you know, we've been friends for a long time, brother. Yeah. So when you ask me, yeah, here I am. You know, I supposed been done this interview a few years ago. Yeah. You know, but here it is. Yeah. You know, and I greatly appreciate you inviting me, man. Real talk.
Man. And you know, it was on now.
Yeah. Next time we're gonna have to put the the checkerboard out.
Oh man, it's been a long time. Yeah, man. It's been a long time. You know, pull them checkers out.
Over there at the shop in the flea market.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't played checkers in a few years.
Yeah, me neither. I ain't played chess in a few years, checkers.
I played chess, but I don't.
You know I played chess?
No, I said I played. I didn't say I played good. I was getting whipped on by the person I was playing. They played chess. I don't know. But checkers, I played checkers. Even on my vacation, I had 6 months of straight checkers every day.
Well, yeah.
I sat back and I ain't played in a long time. But man, we greatly appreciate it. Man, y'all subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment. Tell us something else that you might want to comment on about what we talked about, man. We appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, Charlie, man,
Peace.
and thank you.
Thank you.
Talking about the third coast. Big ballin' that's third coast. The third coast. The third coast. Talking about the third coast. The third coast. The third coast. The funky, funky third coast.
It's something about the third, but these boys ain't heard. Sideways on the curb, I done struck my nerve. Contemplating as I'm skating through these H-Town streets. Fool will sweat against jeans with some jazz on my feet. I'm off the hook, don't you look, I blind you from far. Sitting crooked in the car with a Cuban cigar. I be blowing, you ain't knowing, me and Big T scoring. Pint pouring, rap roaring, with too long, had some more. They ain't deep in our style, gold teeth when we smile. Crocodile and Marcos out, we on top of the pile. Red gator, step on haters, we some 20-inch skaters.